Hi, I'm Sylvie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have never said that. What the heck? Are you going on your bed? Ooh. Hi, I'm Sylvie and welcome back to another video. In today's video, months ago I went to the thrift store and I found this super cute woven blanket. This is what the blanket looks like and it's got all these cute little doggies on it and I just could not help myself from buying this. The only problem is it's not really something that would fit in my house. So I thought I could upcycle it into some sort of cardigan, etc. I'm not sure. Fast forward a couple of months. This girl's videos are popping up everywhere on my TikTok, so shout out to her for the inspiration. But if you haven't seen her videos, she thrifts a lot of these sort of woven blankets and makes them into clothing, puts them into sweaters that she found at the thrift store, and that sort of inspired what I want to do with this blanket. And I was watching Next in Fashion season 2 and there is a contestant named Nigel that does a lot of patchwork, and in one of the episodes he has this jean jacket with like patchwork sleeves, and that sort of inspired me to want to turn this into a jean jacket with probably one of the doggy cutouts on the back, the sleeves, and then maybe use the fringe on the bottom of the jacket. I also kind of want to find either an old pair of jeans or something to try and create a mini skirt, because I've been really obsessed with the one that Sophia wears in the Gap campaign. With all of that said, now you know what I'm trying to do. It's time to go thrifting. All right, it's much later on in the day and yes, I'm in pajamas. I did put these all through the wash. The thrift store is such a bus. I don't know what's going on, but Value Village, their prices are almost as high as a regular store. For my little Sophia skirt, I did find Gap jeans. There was a whole bunch of pairs of Levi's, but they were crazy expensive. This is what we're rolling with. It is a darker denim than what I usually have, but I kind of thought that would be nice just because I don't have anything that's dark. And on that dark theme, first of all, it took absolutely forever to find a denim jacket. So the men's sections, which is where I wanted to go because I wanted the oversized, had absolutely nothing. And the female section, it's really hard for me to find something because most women's denim jackets are all very fitted. So they have really tiny pockets. They have those lines that kind of taper in. And that's just not the look that I'm going for. I really wanted something oversized. So I did go across town and I found this. Now, again, there was nothing in the men's section. This is a women's jacket, but it is a lot larger. I think it's an extra large. Oh, it's a 3X. Actually, it is from Joe Fresh originally, which is great. The only thing I don't like is that all the buttons say Joe Fresh. Starting with the jean vest, I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to cut this whole back panel out. So if I pick a dog, it would kind of just look like this. Or do I just cut out the silhouette of it and put it in the jacket? I need to crop this first. I think I want to cut it kind of just under the armpit. So I'll be leaving this little buttonhole in here and cutting just below that. Okay, you guys might think I'm crazy, but I am absolutely just going to be taking scissors to it and eyeballing it. If it's not crazy straight, that's okay because we're gonna be adjusting that later when we sew. And it's gonna be nice because it leaves me all of this extra jean material that I can reuse for something afterwards. It's a good length. It's huge on me, obviously, but that is the point. The next step now will be to completely seam rip this sleeve. I am very impressed with Joe Fresh because there are 4 separate lines of stitching that I need to undo to get this sleeve off. So if you guys are getting a jean jacket from Joe Fresh, which is the brand that you can buy at the grocery store, do it. Absolutely do it because the construction of this thing is good. It is sturdy. That sleeve is not going to fall off. That stitching is well made. Hopefully it is as affordable as it was when it first came out. A very oversized jean vest. Oh my god, that's a huge armhole. This is where I might be able to reduce it in size though. If I just cut a little bit of this off, it's gonna reduce it drastically in size. So I do think I'm going to be doing that on either side. All right, I've reattached the sleeves. Here's what it looks like on the outside. I just used like a golden yellow stitching to sort of match what's on the rest of it. You can almost, well, you can't really tell. And then I did serge the inside just in case, but you cannot tell from the outside. If that fits just a little bit better. Oh yeah. Look at that. The armhole is way less invasive. Yeah, this is cute. Before I cut out of my beautiful blanket, I did just pin it to see if the shape would work. And it looks like it's gonna be pretty okay. So I'm just using my old pattern piece, essentially this old sleeve that I just took off. And I kind of just reworked the shape just to make sure that it would fit in here. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off and then cut it out of my beautiful blanket fabric that I'm so scared to cut. This is cute, I'm not gonna lie. This is very cute. Obviously the sleeve is a little bit shorter. I did save the cuff from the jean jacket so that I can put it back on. I just sewed on the sleeves. Look at how cute. Why am I on my tippy toes when I can just adjust my tripod? Oh my gosh, look at how adorable. Okay, this is turning out exactly how I wanted it to turn out. What do I do on the back? Should I just leave it or do I put a dog? I did some sort of finishings on the inside. I don't know if you could see. I serged and then I tacked that down. It's so freaking cute. It is the next day. I did put just 2 little darts in the back here just because it was very, very big on me. Now it's time to add the bottom, and I think I want to add the dog. I don't care if it's too much. I think the whole point of this is to be too much. Which doggy do I want? I was thinking the laying down one would be kind of cute. And we got a lot of red going on, so I was thinking maybe one of these like green ones would be nice. Okay, I'm just gonna serge around all the edges and then we're gonna find a little placement for it. There, now the edges won't fray and it looks super clean. All right, I'm trying to pin it. I don't know if you guys can see. Oh, that fits perfectly on there actually. Oh, that's so cute. Right on the back like that. I have pinned this to the inside. It looks so freaking cute. And now I'm just gonna be sewing around essentially where, just in front of where I have it serged so that the serge line doesn't show once I cut it. And this is basically just like attaching on a patch. So should be pretty simple to do. Let's roll. It is definitely looking a little crazy in the back right now because it just looks like this. But the next step now is to grab my scissors and cut this out. Da, 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 da. Oh my gosh. It's cute. I'm happy I did it. I'm happy I did it. It really ties it together, honestly. Okay, we're now on a home stretch, and it seems like the only part left to do is to cut off this bottom and sew it to the bottom of the jacket. I'm gonna cut along this yellow line here, which will give me a good guide to make a nice straight line the entire way. And then again, I will be serging this just to make sure that nothing is crazy. I did also add this little zigzag stitch at the bottom here so that none of this weaving would come undone, just because I don't know if you guys can see, but like this yellow strand would come loose if I did not have this together. So this is just because since it's going to be worn, I really don't want anything to come apart. And this just makes it a lot more secure. Oh my gosh, I had barely enough to go around the entire bottom. It started okay on this side. It's like right on, so it's gonna look a little bit weird I think on this side, but what I'm gonna do now is serge this entire edge. As you can see, it's already wanting to come undone and fray, so I'm gonna serge that so that the jean and the blanket are serged together, and then I'm going to do what I did with the sleeve where I flipped the serge end towards the jacket and then tacked it down so that nothing was loose. So I'm gonna do the exact same thing. The jacket is done, and that only took a few hours, so I'm pretty happy about it. This is super easy. Actually would be such a cute little maybe Christmas gift or something like that. I might have to clean some things up. I love it. Now onto the skirt. All right, you guys, it is now time for the skirt. So I should probably just try these jeans on and even make sure that they fit because they do look quite small. Here are the jeans. They do fit. They fit actually really quite tight. What I think I might do too, just to give myself a little bit more room in the hip, is undo this seam and probably just add like a little triangle of denim, and then that way it'll be a little bit more comfortable for me. Let's start taking it to the cutting board. Now I'm gonna cut off basically just where the leg is. I think this is gonna be a little bit crazy, but unfortunately this is one of those things where we're just gonna go for it. So I think I'm gonna go just a little longer than I think I need. kind of like that. Oh, there's no way you can see what I'm doing, is there? Anyway, I'm just gonna cut this little bit off now, like that, and cut it off at the bottom here. There you go. So now we basically already have just like a crazy mini skirt. The next thing that I'm gonna do is what I was talking about earlier, and I'm going to be seam ripping the side seam here so that I can add a lot more fabric to it. It's crazy because the Joe Fresh jacket was better like built, I guess, than this. Like it had the encased seams, whereas this just has the two serged edges. All right, I know this looks insane right now, but I'm gonna just try it on just to see if the waistband still sort of, oh my gosh, fits me correctly and how much I need to add on either side. Okay, dog. Keep in mind, this would obviously be way too short. The waistband does fit really perfect. I'm gonna need to add a pretty good triangle to either side. I cut out 2 triangles out of one of the legs that I cut off, and I'm just gonna be sewing it to the sides. Right away, this already fits so much better. It closes properly at the top. It's not suffocating. So you can kind of see the triangle that I added in. I tried to make like a little design choice and put this little yellow line, which just essentially secured my edges inwards. And it's not perfect, but whatever. I'm really happy with how easy that was, especially just to make it my size and not have to go thrift again or something like that. All right, so next what I'm gonna be doing is I have one pant leg here that I didn't cut into. The other one is cut on both sides because I wanted to cut the little triangles out. We can still use this if we need to. So we'll start with this one. And what I'm gonna start by doing is separating the front of the leg to the back of the leg. And then that way it'll give us sort of double the fabric. I now have the 2 pieces. Also my seam ripper broke, which is a tragedy. I didn't even think that that could happen, but the metal handle, like the claw part, broke off clean, so that's something. I still have this from the jean jacket. Welcome back. I sewed the Gap denim with my Joe Fresh denim, and I did 4 strips of that so that it alternates, and I sewed it into one giant tube. Now I'm gonna keep these long pieces at the back because we obviously want a little bit more length on the bum, so it's gonna be kind of like a dual tone thing. And now I'm gonna pleat it in place and see if I like it. I have half the pins in place, and or pleats in place, I guess. And I was thinking maybe I would I would sew the little lines down on the pleats, but then you can also pleat it in a different way where it all overlaps in the same direction. What should I do? I've now pinned all the way around and the pleats are all in the same exact direction. So I'm just gonna go ahead and sew because I just want this done. Oh, this is gonna be thicky. You can remove this pin. Let's just put it on 4. Maybe we'll go on a length of 3. Oh, it's gonna just be like sew, remove a pin, sew, remove a pin. If you guys were curious how I did the pleats, I really just folded them over. Oh, yeah, I folded it over. I eyeballed everything. I did not do math. There's a way to do this where you do the math of your circumference of the skirt and then the circumference of the, I guess, like pleated portion of material that you have. And then, I don't know, I didn't want to calculate that. I was feeling lazy today, so I just eyeballed it. But there's a math for that, which would tell you how much pleat to fold and at what interval. Requires a lot of measuring. It's pretty beautiful when you do it that way. It looks neat, whereas mine is most likely going to come out looking just a little bit wonky. So I ironed it like I was supposed to do at the start. And I don't know if I prefer just ironed completely, so like just the ironed pleats, or if I prefer this side that has the tacked down pleats. Maybe I should just try it on. What a weird angle. Now the length is a little weird right now. I definitely want it to be a mini. I think I'm just gonna iron them and then, yeah, maybe cut it like 1 inch around. I completely eyeballed cutting it and I think it's fine. And that took literally no time. So now let's put the 2 looks together. And that is it, you guys. I almost forgot to film an outro, but here I am. If you guys made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you prefer the jacket or the skirt, or if you would ever even try this at all. But upcycling is just so good. It's better for the environment than buying new clothes. And if you mess up, you don't have to worry too much about having spent too much money on an item of clothing or on heaps of fabric. But on that note, let me know what you guys want to see in another video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.